Wow. Round of applause for the first daughter. I want to thank my heart for the beautiful, not just introduction. Thank her for being the young woman, the young lady that she is. I want to thank Zola Fletcher Thurmond, because without Zola, there would be no Micaiah. So Zola, please stand up. The First Lady of DeKalb County, Georgia. More than 35 years ago, Zola and I set out on a mission. She was living on Armwood before it was gentrified. Back then it was the hood. And we would sit there and we would hope and we would dream, and she would always pray that we were going to go forward on this journey to help to improve the quality of life for citizens across the state of Georgia. When I had all these ideas and dreams, she would just listen. I don't know whether she believed any of it would be true, but she loved and supported me. And because of her, we have Micaiah, and we've done many things. But the most important thing that Zola Fletcher, Thurmond, and I have done is to bring life to Micaiah Malone Thurmond. Point of personal privilege. I could talk about the successes and the accomplishments that we have shared. But if you will, I choose not to do that today. What I would prefer to do is to take a few minutes just to say thank you. Greg, I've reached a point in my life, I think it's called Social Security age, where you begin to look back and wonder, Ms. Wilson, look back and wonder how I got over. Bishop, I stand here today as your CEO, and Micaiah makes fun of it. But you know, you don't judge a person, a man or a woman, by how far they go in life. That's one way to do it, but it's not the most insightful way. The true judge of a man or a woman is not how far you go, but it's how far you had to come in order to arrive where you are. So, this journey that began near Athens, that brings me here, was fueled and supported by all the people in this room. So I come to say thank you. Thank you to the voters for trusting me with this office. Thank you for having faith that we could do this job. Thank you to the employees who have stood with me shoulder to shoulder as we face the challenges of this county. Thank you to Hilton Howard for being my boss 30 years ago and for always being a friend. I told Hilton when this was nothing but a mud pit, and we visited one day, and it was bulldozers, Jay and Zola and Micaiah, we were all here. I said, just like walking around Disneyland with Walt Disney when the bulldozers first showed up. Give this man a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. Where's Michael? and the council. Where's Michael? Michael, thank you. Where's Frank? He's in the back. Give Michael a round of applause and the council for College Grove. Thank you. Frankie Atwater, the best chamber president we've had. Where's Frankie? Give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. To the men and women of the DeKalb County Board of Commissioners, present and former commissioners, between 2017 and now, thank you. Being CEO, it's all that in a bag of chips, if you can get 4 votes when you need them. So let's give our Board of Commissioners a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you to our constitutional officers. I see the sheriff is here. You know, I'm always nice to a woman who carried the keys to the jail around in her purse. I see our solicitor, state court, Miss Donna. Come on up, Donna, stand up. I want my state constitutional sheriff. I got the tax commissioner here. Commissioner Johnson, stand up, stand up. Give him a round of applause. Thank you all so much. All the folk who running for office. And I don't care what nobody said, y'all ain't crazy. I want all the candidates running for office to stand up. And I will acknowledge the 3 people who are running for CEO, Commissioner Brad Shaw, Commissioner Cochran Johnson, and Commissioner Larry Johnson. I served and have served with all 3 of them. DeKalb County, you're blessed. You got 3 exceptional people of high integrity, extremely talented and prepared to take the mantle of this job on January 1st. Give them a round of applause. The mayors and municipal officers, business leaders who are here, thank you so much for investing your time and your talents and your resources to create jobs and opportunity. But I got a group of people I want you all to meet, my very special guests, of the members of the United Auto Workers Local 10. I know they're here. I want all of them to stand. I want the United Auto Workers to stand. Miss Sandy Williams, where's Sandy? Please stand. And Miss Sharon, we love you all. Let me tell you, I first met Mr. Monroe and these men and women back in 2008 and 2007. Hilton, my first visit to this site was when it was a General Motors assembly plant scheduled to be mothballed and closed. And 2,000 hard-working men and women were being put out of work. I came to this site and I promised them that whatever I could do to help them transition and help them find new jobs, I would do it. But I want to tell you all something, that if you work in America today, if you have holidays off, if you have weekends off, if you got health insurance, if you have life insurance, then whether you're unionized or not, you better thank a union worker, because they are the people who fought to get us all of these talents. Thank them. These men and women, Herb Butler is now deceased. These men and women didn't just build cars. What they built was the American middle class. We thank you and we celebrate you today. Now it's assembly. Before that, it was General Motors in Doraville. We love you, we honor you, and we celebrate who you are, and more importantly, whose you are. God bless you. The visiting chairs, my hero is here. And I gotta do this. Y'all can't do nothing about it. I ain't running, so I gotta do this. I'm sorry. Y'all can not, well, I ain't gonna say it, don't vote for me, because I may need your vote. Rob Pitts, my mentor when I was over in Athens thinking about getting into politics, Rod Pitts was one of those people who created what we know as politics in Atlanta and in Georgia, an amazing leader. Recognize the chair of the Fulton County Commission, Rod Pitts. My neighbor in Gwinnett, y'all know we meet. See, y'all don't know this, right? You think that all of us kind of doing what we do and kind of just only concerned about what we do and maybe even jealous of each other. Not the case. We meet, and the chair of Gwinnett County is here, a phenomenal leader. Where is she? Chair lady, stand up, stand up. Chair lady Henderson, thank you so much. And to our south, we have the chair, Chair Harold. Stand up, where is she? Henry County's in the house. Stand up, Henry County. So this, and I'm finished. I'm finished. Bishop, I woke up with a scripture on my mind this morning. And it said, and Bishop always accused me of being a jackleg preacher. Is that right? You know, and the truth is, that's what I wanted to be when I was growing up. I wanted to be a preacher. My mama sent me to Payne College, and I studied philosophy and religion. I got a degree in it. But it was time for graduation, and mama was coming Wayne Hill, and daddy was coming, and it dawned on me, I better tell them that I didn't get the call. Because they were bringing all my relatives, and everybody was coming. And so I called, and mama picked up the phone. I said, Mama, I need to tell you something. She said, what, son? I said, Mama, I know I got the degree in religion, but I didn't get the call. I'm going into law school. Phone went dead silent. And finally I heard her say, she called my dad, and she said, Sidney, she said, Mike telling me that he got the degree, but he didn't get the call, and he's not going into the ministry. I'll never forget what my daddy said. He said, the boy got the call, but he was just out partying and didn't answer the phone. That's what was wrong with him. So the call came in. But there's a scripture, that scripture say, let the work I've done. Let the work we've done, DeKalb, let the work you have done. So I don't have a big speech. Just come to say thank you. Thank you to Zach Williams, the best COO. Stand up, Zach. In the back. You can be the head of whatever you the head of, but if you don't have a right number two, give him another hand. You gotta have a right number two. Want to thank the CEO staff. You met Lakeitha, but Nicole, Nicole Sim coordinates and has coordinated all 8 of these state of the county. So I want my staff to stand up. Dolores, Sharon, give my folk a round of applause. All of them, give them a round of applause. Now I've learned many lessons, and this is the speech. On this beautiful spring afternoon, we of different racial, ethnic, and religious persuasions have assembled on common ground under a common roof. Christians, Muslims, Jews and Hindu, true believers, agnostics, atheists have traveled from far and near to assemble at this place and at this time. Christian, Jew, Muslim, Hindu have assembled in peace at this place and at this time. Democrats, Republicans, independents, progressives, MAGA faithful have assembled on these hallowed grounds. on this place where cars were made, on this place where the American dream was made. We come to celebrate 8 years of unparalleled success for our county. We're here to celebrate our accomplishments. We're here to celebrate what we achieved. But most importantly, my friends, I want us to be here today, not to celebrate, but to rededicate. We've come far, but the journey is not over. We've accomplished much, but there are neighborhoods in DeKalb where poverty still stalks the homes of decent men and women. There are neighborhoods where gunfire is all too common. There are neighborhoods where hope, unborn, has died. So I come to ask you one favor, if you will, just for Mike. Celebrate what we achieved, but rededicate yourself to what you can achieve. The present and future leadership of DeKalb County sits in this room. The present and future leadership is sitting in this room. So the lessons that I learn and that I share, number one, there's nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. Number two, deficit-driven strategies rarely succeed. If you sit in an office, if you run a campaign and all you got to do is talk about what's negative, then you'll never succeed. If you want to be successful, you don't just look at the negatives, you also have to weigh your assets. Because you weigh your assets against your liabilities, and that is how you solve problems. When I first walked out here, was nothing but red dirt. But Hilton Howard saw a magnificent TV and production campus. Remember now, we celebrate today, but 7.5 years ago, the newspaper was full. And they all told the same story. The media was full. DeKalb was broken. DeKalb was dysfunctional. DeKalb was rotten to the core. DeKalb could never be rescued. Whereas I sit here, I remember at the school district was on the cusp of losing accreditation. The county but if T.D. Jakes was here, he'd tell you that the devil is a liar. DeKalb has risen. And the thing that put DeKalb in the bind, and I'll quote something Denny Shortle said, the former mayor of Brookhaven, of Dunwoody. He said this, and it's so profound when we were talking about the deteriorating and neglected water and sewer system. He said, you know what, Mike? He said, in DeKalb, we all drink water from the same fountain. We got one water treatment plant. Doesn't matter whether you're incorporated or unincorporated, you are drinking the water from the same water fountain. Doesn't matter whether you're North DeKalb, South DeKalb, doesn't matter whether you live in a $600,000 house or a hut. What brought us to the brink of destruction was the historical divide between North DeKalb and South DeKalb. What brought us to close to breaking a school district was the division between North DeKalb and South DeKalb. And what I found was that there were politicians. There were politicians who marketed this foolishness, not just in South DeKalb, but in North DeKalb too. They knew that in our division they could find power. I didn't see Lisa Cooper. The chair lady from Cobb County is here. Give her a round of applause. Stand up, Lisa. Madam Chair. So what we have to be smart enough to do is not to turn away from each other, but to each other. When I ride around DeKalb, let me tell you something. I'm just as proud when I'm riding in unincorporated DeKalb as I am in incorporated DeKalb. I'm just as proud when I'm in north as south. I'm just as proud when I'm in east as west. So if you really want to do something for Mike, praise me if you must, celebrate me if you can, but build bridges. Open up the lines of communication and promise me we will never go back to the foolishness and the craziness that we were. Promise me. Promise me. And so I'll leave you with this. What I call my new vision for DeKalb County. It's a vision that was first brought forth by a man named James Oglethorpe. It's a vision of inclusion and cooperation. This vision for DeKalb County is also a vision for Georgia and a vision for our nation. It is a vision of DeKalb, not separated by North DeKalb and South DeKalb. It is a vision of DeKalb, not separated by Christian, Muslim, Jew, or Hindu. It is a unifying vision, not separated by straight or gay. It is a vision of DeKalb, not separated by black, white, Hispanic, Latino, or Asian. It is a vision of DeKalb that holds a stone mountain that has replaced its racism and its bigotry with a park dedicated to love and humanity and brotherhood for all. I am convinced, I know, that if you and I will continue to work together, if you and I will continue to pray together, if you and I will continue to laugh and sing and dance together, we can build, we will build, one DeKalb, one Georgia, one America. One DeKalb, one Georgia, one America that is as we just pledged that it would be. One DeKalb, one America that is, under God, indivisible, and that offers liberty and justice for all. Zola, Micaiah, that's my vision. That's my hope. And my friends, it will always be my most honest and fervent prayer. One DeKalb, one Georgia, one United States of America.